see what we have in the fridge, shall we?
Let me see if I get
All
some
right, so
light.
here we've got bacon, eggs, ground beef, chicken, black beans, and some sausage. Dan,
So who's she with? Answer that way.
Mm.
Here at the test kitchen, we're really big on collaboration.
You feeling better?
Okay.
Okay. Hey, Chief.
That tells me so much about
He's
Good.
narcissist, but you're an Aquarius. And he don't realize you're about to.
Hello, hello, hello. Oh, I need to put some.
Good night.
Good night. I'm gonna give me some. I think I'm take some chips. Give me some chips. I need to put some stuff on my lips. They look a little dry. How are you, Chief? How is life treating you? Where is my... Aha. I need to get some light in here. I've been good. I spent the day, I don't think you were on earlier, when I was gardening. I was doing girly things earlier today. I think I'm gonna put on... Let me put my earphones on so I can hear you. Oh, they're together. Hello, hello. Oh, but she always is doing certain things that she couldn't do, or she can't do, or can't do. What does kosher mean? She can't do what? What is? Oh yeah, but I told you she was Jewish. Remember? Well, I mean, it's test kitchen. You got to try different things. You can't get upset. Yuck. How is everybody today? I'm hungry. I ate good, but excuse me. I need a snack. All right. Let's go get a snack. Let's get some Cheetos. So if you caught my live earlier, I was gardening, and so now you've seen me unwind, and so now I'm about to get ready for bed. But hello, Fiend. Is it Fiend Luck? Let's do the baby daddy. What would be the baby daddy challenge, actually? Explain. How does that work? Because I feel like you might lose this one. So what does that look like? Fiend Luck. Should I do Cheetos? Should I do like snacks, kind of like my Chex Mix, like almonds and cranberries? Should I do chips? When I tell you it's just so much food here. Popcorn. I think there's other popcorn. This popcorn. You know, like when I was younger, I feel like this would have been the house. This would have been the house to eat it, because this would have been fantastic. Alright, let's see here. Or we do have cookies. There's a donut and a turnover, or fruit, or, hey, hello, hello, or Oreos, or my chocolate covered cashews. So many decisions. So which one, y'all? Don't worry. Steve, I feel like you just came on the back end because I mentioned like 42 things before the Oreos. You know how I feel about my cashews, though. Let me see here. Hey, Robert, what's good? Nope, I see. Oh, you see everything? And you I don't like love Oreos, though. I'm not an Oreo person. I'm not a big chocolate person. Like, I'll eat those chocolate covered cashews more so because there's cashews in it, less because there's chocolate. I do like a dark chocolate, and I'll do like pure dark chocolate. Oh, you know what? I have dark chocolate and I have almonds. Now listen, dark chocolate and almonds sounds heavenly to me, and I'll do something like that. But generally, I'm not a chocolate lover. And look, that's chocolate covered almonds up there. Ooh, 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 ooh. But I want to open a new one up until I finish those. Are those wired buds tied? Yes, they are. I have little ears, and I get very nervous about losing the AirPods. So I do these. And I did hear that frequency-wise, wired is a lot less radio frequency than the wireless one. Electromagnetic stuff, you know. So yeah, I'm old school. I'm a millennial, by the way. So this is what I grew up on. Okay, let's see here. Hey, Sarah. Hope all's well. We're good over here. Let's see what you got. The king has arrived. Crown me all peasants kneel. What? Yeah? Who are you talking to, Dean? You sound a little bit like Boss Dog. Come on back. Come on back. Where my ladies at? A new short video. Woo, 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 woo. Hey, Boss Dog. So it's interesting that you say that because I literally was on a viral video challenge earlier today. I started one a year ago. Today was World Transformation Day, somebody said, which I didn't know about that. But anyway, so on the viral video challenge I did probably about a year ago now, and thinking back when I got on it today, we have these breakout sessions on the Zoom where they say, hey, give your aha moments. So I got on my aha moment and I said, now that I'm on this viral video challenge, I forgot to tell y'all, I got a viral video. And I was like, it reached almost 1 million views. And they're like, oh, what? How did you do it? What did you do? And so I was just giving them the little backstory about my video and stuff. And I told them what I did right and what I did, what I'm doing now, which is talking y'all live every day to, because of, because the viral video did work, but you also see the things that did well and things that didn't do well. And so I was explaining that to them, and so they were really encouraged. And one of the guys was like, well, I'm only getting 50 views. I was like, just keep doing it. Just keep doing it. Keep switching stuff up. You'll find it. So it was really cool. So I'm super excited that Deem has got almost 1,500 views. So did you do the exact same video the same way like you did the last one? Keep doing them that exact same way and they'll get a little bit better, a little bit better. And then if you can, so we call it a pattern interrupt. So if you can do like a quick 3 seconds of something that may pique their interest or shock them, and then change it. Like if you can do that. I don't know, do you edit your videos or anything like that? Or are you just doing straight for like, you know, just like whatever you're doing on the video? Like, for an instance, the only thing I haven't played Call of Duty, I think like is I don't care for I don't know if it's driving or guns or what. But like if it were like Pac-Man, you would almost see them like about to get eaten, and then it would cut to something else, right? And then that will kind of keep their attention. So just think about little things like that, like you're almost about to get caught, right? Or you're almost about to get shot at, and then cut it, and then go, and almost like go backward, leading up to where it was. You know, like when you watch a movie and you say, "Ooh," like they show you the ending, and then they go, "Well, before that," and they kind of back it on up, so it brings you, so it goes back to all the backstory, and then brings you current. Maybe try something like that too. Because people love, I love a full story, like a full circle story. Love it. It's so complete for me. All right, let's read this chat. Don't go. Yeah. Don't do that. Don't do that. We love Boss Dog. Hey, Boss Dog. Did I hear my name? You sure did, Boss Dog. I'll be streaming Call of Duty and Madden 25. Ooh, and Madden? Busy, busy, busy. You know what I also thought about, Dame, too? Because I thought you said Crystal plays a little bit. And I thought about maybe having some of your lives where if you are, maybe, I don't know if you can, but having a video on you. I don't know if you're doing this already, but a video on you and a video on the screen, like a dual screen. And then maybe she does a couple with you, just to kind of see y'all's dynamics. Like if she was playing with you, she was winning or something, to see how she would react. That might be kind of cool. Because I don't know a lot of females that do gaming, especially like with their like partner and stuff. That might just be an interesting dynamic. So I do all my edits. Okay, cool, Dean. What equipment are you using for your editing? Chillin' Asia, thanks. Good suggestion. I'll do that tomorrow. Sure thing, Dame. Just walking around the White House for it. Okay, boss dog. Yeah, that's amazing. What floor are you on in the White House? Because, you know, it's a lot of levels. You just gave me an idea. Yay! I love ideas. I think it'd be cool, yeah. Cause in my head I was walking this morning, and while I was like, ooh, Call of Duty. What did I name it? Call of Duty with Crystal and Kadeem, because y'all have K's in your names, right? You know what I mean? Like, I thought that would be kind of cool. I mean, I don't know if she's into it, but maybe not if she, but maybe certain playlists, like maybe once a week or once a month, she wants to like hop on with you, you know? Sounds kind of cool. I use apps for my phone. I have to get the camera set up. Okay. Yeah. But I think that would be cool. You going to sleep?
Yeah, I fell asleep in here.
Oh, you fell asleep. Oh.
So I'm like, where am I? Yeah, I thought I wanted a snack, but no.
No? Okay.
Have a good night.
Good night. Okay. I feel like I shouldn't eat a snack either. Asia or gaming with Crystal. Yeah. I feel like a catchy title would be kind of cool, though. You know? On call, because it's Call of Duty. On call with Crystal and Kadeem. You know? On call, you know? On call. I don't know. You can play around with it. Something catchy. Dun, dun, dun. So I think I'm going to stick with the crunchy Cheetos mixed with the cashews. Mm-hmm. Give me a Ziploc bag so I can take it in the room. Yeah. Yeah. I think it'll be fun. And that way y'all can make some moolah. Because I will say that what I have found in my studies is that people who go, because y'all seem like y'all gonna go the long haul, so we can go ahead and incorporate her into stuff. But it does seem to me like people who are in like couples do better because you're talking to two different dynamics at the same time, right? So people will follow you because it's you, and people will follow her because it's her. And so I think you tend to grow a little faster when you have more than one person on the live, and then also, you know, it just gives it a different feel. All right, I'm gonna put you down for a second. It looks really gross from that angle, doesn't it? When you're underneath that hood. Hold on. Coming out. Oh, Robert, you saw me last night? I didn't even. Was you on the live? I can't hang out with Chief here at the White House because he's not here. Chief was on earlier, actually. I think I keep making. Oh man, I broke it. I broke it. Did not mean to break it. Chief was on earlier. I don't know if he's still on, but he was definitely on a little bit earlier. I think it was. So Robert, last night because I was DJing, I didn't stay on very long. I think we did maybe about 45 minutes last night, and then we hopped off. So it's possible that you may have missed it. And then by the time I left there, I got back here. It was maybe about. It was almost 1:45, and then I stayed up because while Grandma was up, and then my aunt was up, and they didn't want to go to church, so we stayed up late. 38 minutes. Oh, yeah, that's pretty late. And then I jumped on late this evening because just checking on Grandma and stuff. She's not feeling too well. So, and then I was actually on earlier today. So a couple people jumped on earlier today. I did some gardening outside. So I was on for about an hour earlier today. So I did make up for my short time yesterday with a lot of extra today. We was outside in the yard doing girly things like gardening and planting flowers. I was not a Jamal today. I was a Jamela. Where is my where the clips at? I thought I seen her put the clip. Oh. Hold on. What am I supposed to do here at the White House? Boss dog? I don't know. Hold on. Where are the clips that you had? Right in here, right?
Party tonight. But no, the other lady invited me to dinner at the bank. Remember last Sunday?
I don't see. Am I overlooking it?
We got a lot of stuff in there, so they might not have it in there.
No? Am I tripping?
Probably should have been in that empty thing with the clips, because I'm trying to figure out why that's empty. That's so messy in here.
No. It's okay.
That's a saturated
Okay. Okay.
thought I had some clips too. So I'll see you.
I want to catch one of those parties. Oh, yeah. Everyone's like, you DJ? I didn't know you DJ. I was like, that was many moons ago, back in my young days, you know, young whippersnapper. Mm-hmm. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. I gotta clean this drawer again. I'm so tired of doing this.
That was in there. Where is it supposed to be?
On this side.
That might be my fault, because my nail keeps breaking.
That's fine.
Oh, sorry. Alright. Oh, yeah. Okay, let's see here. Guess what happened last night? I don't know. Dean, what happened? Why can't you fly by stuff? You want to give me something to do?
You talking to me? What the heck?
Just go to sleep. It's okay.
I got it. No, I have to do it tomorrow. So I might as well do it. I gotta get some more barnacles. So I'll get a small, not a medium.
Okay. Night, night, auntie.
Good night.
Okay. Crystal jumped. Oh. Interesting. I'm telling y'all, there is no way, at the pace that y'all are going, that you're going to be able to take it slow. There is nothing slow about what you just said. Nothing. If y'all are already in the shower together, it was different on the bed. Now you're in the shower, y'all done took off clothes. I'm surprised you didn't do it last night. I mean, it's always amazing to me when people are like, I don't expect nothing to happen. But y'all literally both took off clothes and landed in the shower. And you didn't expect it. What? Think about that for a second. That's not slow. But I told you that before. I told you that before. I told you it was something that you did when she sent you the pink robe and you put her down. She was going to be more so adventurous. Then she's staying at the house every night. Then y'all are laying on each other. Now you, there, you know what I mean? Like, you would have to slow her down. You being in the shower with her does not slow her down. Listen. But you knew what time it was. But you did that, and you knew she was there. You didn't lock the door. You keep saying communication, two different things. Both of y'all on two different sides of communication, if that's what you mean. I feel like you're saying something, but you're doing something different. Your actions speak differently. Y'all are grown, you can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want. What's up, Q? Hey, Isabel. It's okay. Boss, I can just go home. You know um how people be like, oh, it's not my fault. If you know somebody wants something from you, something expedient for you, and you be like, oh, I'm just gonna go take a shower, and then you know good and well what you doing. You know what you're doing. It's interesting to see the roles reversed, though. It's interesting to see the flip side of that, and her pursuing you instead of you pursuing her. Listen, okay. Like I said, okay. I don't care what you say, Dean. Mm-mm. If there is a hint or chance of any activity that may potentially go on, you have to you and if it's something that you say that you want, you would have to cut it off. You would have to cut it off, and you would have to have that conversation. But I don't. I mean, I'm not saying that you can do whatever you want. That's why I keep. That's why I asked you. I said, "What is your definition of slow?" And what is her definition of slow? Because y'all seem like y'all going really fast in my book. But I mean, compared to this, compared to the speed racers like Rain and Gavin, this is turtle pace. 'Cause, listen, now the difference between y'all is you knew her before, and so y'all have some history there. So that may work well in your favor. I need to put this on something. Hold on. I need to get my hair together. I mean, I am just the ladies. I'm only from the ladies' perspective. So you can have your guys kind of chime in on all that stuff, but you know, I like that you've held out this long, though. I'm proud of you for that. This is not. What did I do with my hair yesterday? Uh, where was that coming from? That must have been twisted around. How did I wear my hair yesterday? I don't even remember. Oh yeah, because I just planted the rose garden today, boss dog. That's why you didn't know about the rose garden. Literally just planted it today. It was really pretty. Did you see it? You can. You could buy it, but how do you know he knows what to do with it? Eh? Y'all might need to teach him, eh? That's why he's in the chat. He's in the chat to learn. I feel like everybody in this chat is here to learn something from somebody. Which brings me to a point that I said I was going to mention today. What have you... Today apparently is World Transformation Day. Somebody on my previous Zoom call today mentioned it. See? Would have wasted your money, Q. Would have wasted all your little coins. That is the funniest thing I've heard today. He said, hold on. Oh gosh, that's hilarious. This must have been this way. What did I have my... How did I have my hair yesterday? Oh crap. I think it was around this way. Hold on. There we go. Let's just do that. Ain't got no... They gotta be somewhere. Can't find anything today. Let's try this. Oh, it's gonna mess up this so bad. Hold on. I don't know what I just did. Oh, alright. Y'all ever seen the inkwell when Dad is explaining to his son? It's like guitar string and you plug it. He might need a little bit more lesson. Everybody's not a one and done, eh? Some people need more lessons, okay? Let me see here what we're gonna do. Alright. I'm gonna put this on. Hey, Prophet. So, what I was going to say is, since it is World Transformation Day, what is one thing that you have learned in this live that you either didn't know or that you hadn't even thought of before coming to this chat? And I'll go first. I keep laughing at the so Q, you weren't on earlier, but I was gardening today, and I was like, ooh, I said, I was so girly today. I was like, I wasn't a Jamal, I was a Jamela today. And so now it is something that I am always consciously thinking of. Am I Jamal or am I how am I showing up, you know? So I think that's interesting. And then also the way that I talk to you all, because you have called me out a couple of times about being very not always being on y'all's side. I'll put it that way. Or maybe maybe a better word is not always stereotyping. So I saw you were throwing that thing to the party. So well yeah. I didn't see you on Q. Were you on? Boss dog, you remember my dog just died. I shall come up on a year. I'm good on dogs right by now. You know, when you get a dog, you have to be stable. You can't be traveling back and forth where I'm, you know. I was planting today, planting flowers. I was so girly today. I was proud of myself. I planted like 10 different pots. I was a for real DIY girl today. I was like, look, I'm normal. I'd much rather grow food. But this is the black version of the real version. Y'all talking about that? Okay. Yeah. We did about 45 minutes last night. And then I jumped on early today and I did the gardening thing. Boss Dog was on. I think maybe Chief hopped on for a few minutes. And then actually Gavin came on during that live actually. So I tend to see Gavin when I go live during the day. Not as much at night. He said him and girl was good. Facts, I buy him some box, but afraid he fall in love with it. Oh my gosh. Well, people falling in love with AI. Shoot. Hey, Misfit. How are you? Yep, he sure did. He finally came out from underneath Ray. He did say they were about to get on the phone. Right before I got off. I love water. What did I have last night? I had a Malibu and pineapple. Yeah, it was way too sweet. I think I can hang them up too. Malibu and pineapple is too sweet. I really wanted a vodka tonic. But figured I would stick with the, I don't know. I see that lady literally, like, it was one of them crazy shows. But the lady, she married AI. That's how you know COVID took people all the other way. So from this side all the way over him. That's why they want to marry AI. You that scared to go out and meet somebody, you would rather. But the way that people are out here, it kind of is. It's alarming for some people. Some people don't want to take the risk, but I don't mind looking for a needle in a haystack. Preppy. I tend to do joins when I reach a certain amount of subscribers. So that's kind of our goal. So at 4,000 subscribers, we did a join live, and I got probably about this amount of participation. So I said every 500 new people we get, then we'll do a live. So we are at 4,060 something, I think, last time I checked. So at 4,500, we'll do another one. But great question. So yeah, we're getting there. Hopefully it'll pick up a little bit. But cause I was supposed to do a video. I went live today, but I was supposed to actually do a video. Get around to it. Grandma wasn't feeling too great today. Q or Krika? Who is that? Krika? I have no idea what you're talking about. No clue. But anyway, so yeah. So, what is one thing that you have learned since you have been in this chat? Like an aha moment or a reflective moment. Or something that you maybe hadn't really thought about. What do I eat with soup? You know what? I'm in here and figure it out now. What do I eat with soup? Are you asking me, like, it would depend on what kind of soup. Like a grilled cheese sandwich with tomato soup. Generally, like, if I make a broccoli and cheese, I would like crackers on the side. Generally, probably like crackers or is that a random question or that was supposed to go with that saltine answer? I love that the stream has taught me value, peace, and happiness. How so, Dean? Do you think this stream prepped you for your new relationship or your current relationship? And by the way, where is she right now? I'm gonna change your web. A little too crunchy. Was that a quality? Was that a really hard question? We've been doing this since like January. It's been like 3 months. Is that hard? It's not that hard. I don't think so. Or is it that you're like, You're really having to think. I do want you to think about it, though. I do want you to think about it. It is somewhat of a deep question because today is World Transformation Day. So I'm curious to see if you've had any transformative thoughts. Because although I enjoy our discussions, I do want somebody to get something to take away from these. Simply because you provide good information about love and relationships, you always know what to say. Oh, okay. Well, that's good. She's at home. What? She's at home? Interesting. Why is she at home today? Because she knew she was home today, y'all was going to be... Why my face? I really like the idea of y'all doing like a on call with Crystal and Kadeem. I think that's so cute. Don't that got like a nice little ring to it. Picture on the thumbnail, you'll put like Call of Duty on one side, and then you put her and you on the other side with like gaming controllers or something, like you be battling or something. I don't know. Alright. This stream, it's my cute Asian. Right, they done did everything else but the thing, right? Shoot, if you gonna do all the other things outside of the thing, you might as well just do the thing. Shoot. This stream has taught me how to let go and unlock my heart and move on. Oh, I love that, Robert. Have you unlocked it? Have you unlocked it? Did you ask anybody out on a date? Did you see any potentials this week, Robert? This was supposed to be a really good week for it, like literally. Planetary alignment, like the guy that I follow said that this week was a good week for it. He's like, it's a good week for love. So if you're looking, get out there. I was like, ooh. That's why I went out yesterday. I didn't find nobody. I DJ'd a retirement party. There was nobody out there. But it was fun though. It was fun to get back outside and see how much all that stuff was still the same. And so although it was fun, I got a little nervous. I was like, oh man, I don't know stuff like that. I've been so removed. I haven't played in 5 years. And then I had to start thinking about what artists are on my concerts. And I was typing in them. I was like, oh, okay, we'll play this one. We'll play this one. This artist was on our show. We'll play this one. And so that's what I was doing all night. So I did about 2 hours, and I gave it. Passed the torch on to somebody else to play. But, and as much, it's fun, and people are always like, oh my gosh, it's a female. But at the same time, I can lay that one down because I know I want something more of a bigger impact than just DJing. And DJing is a lot of late nights, so it would hinder with stuff we're doing now, right? Like going live every night. You're DJing in clubs until certain times in the morning. 2 o'clock, usually 2 o'clock in the morning. Now this particular one, they just do events, so they have to shut down by 12. So that's why it was a little bit easier. But might as well easier. Might as well what? We might as well what? Oh yeah. Alright. Well, just be open-minded, Robert. If you see a nice lady, don't be afraid to shoot your shot, okay? You know? Sell like you sell them cars, okay? You got this. She said, oh, wow. And then she went home and went to bed. What did she do after that? What did you say to her? After she saw it, you said, hey, that's why I want to wait. I want to make sure comfortable. What did you say? You said, you know that's my name, Big D. Don't mind me. Just a chocolate. Oh, come on, chocolate. Oh, I want chocolate. That sound like Dean? Good job, Misfit. How are you this far removed from COVID and have not learned how to use Zoom? That's wild to me because everybody and their mamas had to use Zoom since COVID. Literally. So she reached out and grabbed it, yeah? So what does that tell you? What does that tell you? She took it upon herself to wake up, go in there with you, get undressed, go in there with you, and get a handful. Eh? I feel like that tells you a lot. I should have got some new water. I'm stuck in my ways. Interesting. Is that a good thing or a bad thing, Q? Alright, give me a second. I'll be right back. Okay. She's going to have to be pretty special because I'm not having sex until marriage. Ooh, Robert. That's really deep. Interesting. Let me see. If God could do what he did for us, I feel like I could do what God asked us to do. I'm sticking with it too. Okay, Robert. Okay. I see you. Hold on. This is what you're really supposed to do in context. I don't be doing none of this stuff. But they're getting a little cloudy. She's been texting me since it happened, but she wasn't naked though. Otherwise, I would. Okay. Who's it? Hey, FNS. Glad you could join us. Okay, so I'm cleaning my contacts actually. But I'm glad you came because I asked everybody in the chat, what is one thing that you have learned that you didn't know since being in this chat? That is like a lifelong lesson or transformational or just like an aha moment that you hadn't really thought about before until you joined this chat. Oh, Deem. Well, good. Glad she wasn't. So she says, oh, wow, and then she just disappears. Interesting. Okay. Thank you. Y'all are going to be good together. Let me put this up. I think y'all are going to be good together. I have not read that book in 3 days. Oh my gosh. I gotta read this book because I think I have I got this class. I got like 40 pages to read. I'm on page 90. I gotta read 120. Not 25 pages. So I need like I need to read like 10 pages tomorrow. I was supposed to say, dang it. Alright. I'm about to read it to y'all. Like I say, I read it. Good. That's good, Robert. Interesting. Anybody else? Because I only think I saw 2. Maybe 3. Misfit had a joke. Misfits was funny. What else you got? Give me a little bit more. A little bit more transformational. A little bit deeper. My nails are so like... I don't think I want gel nails anymore. I think next time I get nails, it will be French. I'm going back old school. I'm like, give me them French tips with a design on it, and we're gonna call it a day, because this right here is not it. I like the color of it, but my nails are so brittle. This one's breaking, this one chipped, this one's chipped. I'm like, makes your nails so brittle. Publix is supposed to fill out. Yes, thank you. Deeper. What else you got? Misfits, you had given me very shallow answers, so. Give me something else. Has talking with men in this chat helped you further clarity on what you want from a partner? It has, and it was one of those videos that I saw a video earlier, and it just was like, whoo, that was very eye-opening for me. The lady was on one of those dating shows, and the guy leaned in to kiss her, and she grabbed him like this. And you could tell he was caught off guard. And she was like, I can't kiss you. She said, because she said, I want my husband one day to be the only man that kisses me on any kind of TV, on internet, any kind of television. She was like, I want that for him. She was like, and I don't know if that, he's like, it may be you, but I'm not sure. She was like, I can hug you though. And I was like, ooh, that was powerful. She stopped him mid. And I just thought that was so cool. And so I went back and watched a previous video of theirs. And he asked her about loyalty. He said, what is loyalty to you? And she said loyalty to her was, if somebody asked anything, she was like, if it came, as long as it's from you, she said, undeniably, I'm rocking with you every time, no matter what anybody says or does. It's just me and you. So he said, okay, he really liked that. But she did say, she said, my mother, and she said her mother and her father were very close in the fact, she's like, my father doesn't talk about any other woman. She said, I can't remember last time he mentioned any other female at all. So she's like, I want my husband to only have eyes for me. She's like, I don't want no competition. And I was like, oh, that just was so, that spoke so loud in so many different ways, And I was like, okay, I want that. I want that needle in a haystack, right? Because everybody can be like, I'm here. But they're only going to be that one person that will really want to jump through hoops and really want to ride with you like that. And so I like that. She was like, I don't want any competition. And I felt that on so many levels. So, and I like this chat because there are so many different dynamics. And every time I come on here and I just let y'all talk in the chat, and I think about so many different things as y'all talk. And I have like these little mini like thoughts. I'm like, okay, and I've said this to you all. I said, whoever you're with, you will be a different person. You're always gonna be a different person with whoever you date. So it was like, if I was with so-and-so, what would that look like? What would that relationship gonna look like? If I was with this person, what would that relationship look like? If I was with this person, what would that relationship look like? And so I've run these scenarios in my head just to kind of think about the different kinds of people that I interact with. So I'm always just taking little nuggets from this chat. Let's see here. And I love going live. I love having the conversation with you. I love having the banter with you because I didn't have any brothers growing up. So having these conversations with you opens my eyes up to the male species in a way that I didn't have before. I didn't have these conversations, right? Like I was just having chats back and forth with different people, but I never asked open-ended questions like I ask now, right? Completely different conversations. That's what I like on a woman. French tips. Oh, okay, Robert. That's cool. That's the kind of love I'm talking about. 100, right? She said, I don't want no competition. She said, I want him to only have eyes for me. I don't want him to be, it just the way that she said it. And mind you, she was like, the show is called Farmer something. So I guess he's like a farmer. So it made me think of Chief. And she was very like, very wholesome. You know, I guess maybe her dad may be a farmer, right? And so she's on the farm or something. But it just, the whole delivery of what she said and the way she said it was just so soft and innocent, but so powerful. And I always said that I like a, I don't think I've said in this chat, but I do like women who have that silent, um, it's like they walk in a room and they don't have to say anything, but the silence is so loud. It's so powerful, it's so strong. And it's like she doesn't have to say anything, she doesn't have to do anything, but you know she commands the room. I like that. And so I look at those kinds of things and I try to study those, and I was like, I would like to have that. Still working on that, but it just was something about her presence that was very powerful in the moments, in the way she said that. And she was young. She was probably definitely younger than me, probably in her 20s. But the fact that she knew what she wanted then. And so I'm going to probably assume her parents are obviously still together because of the way she said it and the way that she said it. It just was like, whoo. Mwah. I watched that video 6 times. I was like, I'm gonna watch that once a day just to make sure I just continue to keep that momentum. Because I do think once you put that in your mind and you put that in your in the front of your brain, it'll just, more of those types of energies will start coming to you, because you won't even entertain the other ones, right? Like somebody will come with you with something else and they'll say something, and then even by what they say or what they do will just be like, nah, it's okay, because it was so powerful. Oh, so powerful. I'll send it to you. That is a woman with real class. Her parents are well. Yes, yes. Because it made me. Then after that, I was like, okay, I need to listen to some more Jordan Peterson. Because immediately after that, I was like, okay, yeah. That followed up with Jordan, and Jordan was like, hey, you know, women exude a certain power. You don't have to do, like, I think for me being, and I, I reference this like the church girl stuff. You're taught a certain way, but I it's kind of like a double-edged sword, because part of it is like, as women we like to be submissive, but it has to be on terms that are how do I say it, like almost like, not gonna say like an even playing field, but it just has to be like, she could be submissive, but she still has to be herself, right? She still has to own herself. She still has to have certain things that still make her a woman. Instead of like a man thinking, okay, no, she's as though she's property. So it's not that, yes, I can be submissive, but I'm not your dog, right? So finding that balance, and I think that's sometimes the tricky part is, and a certain man can bring that out. So a certain man can create that lifestyle for her, so that she can still be the independent woman that she is. But when she comes home, she can totally just fall into her. She wants to be babied, right? But when I leave this house, I can still be the babby, right? I can still be the the head honcho. I can still be that boss, you know what I mean? But when I come home, I want to be baby, right? And so it's that finding that balance. And I don't know that everybody can do that. 2017 Peterson was something else. I don't know 27 Peterson. I only know the 2025 Jordan Peterson, so I don't know. But yeah, Misfit, you gotta give me something else though. You still been running around my question. Where is Mika? I don't know. Boss Dog, where is you didn't answer in the chat. You don't have one? Did I answer your question, Q? Heard Jamalism intrigued you. Grab a nice. I was talking about that earlier. I told you I was gardening today, so I was more of a Jamela today. Or I would say I was more girly today because I was gardening. I was proud of myself. Let me see here. Let me see if I can find this video. I'm gonna see if I'm gonna play this video for y'all. Actually, watch this. What is that? Hold up. Thank you, Aysia. How do you find your saves? There they go. Let me see here. Saved. Okay, spirituality, health, dating. Yep. I think I put it in the dating profile. Yep. Okay. So I'm gonna show you the first one first, and then I think it's this one. Checking my audios up. Okay. And it's still in hold on.
No matter what.
Dang.
Like the top definition of loyalty to me is like, no matter what anyone tells me at any point in time, you have my full devotion.
I like that.
It kind of goes back to my parents. Like, my dad's never looked at another woman. Like, I couldn't even tell you one thing my dad has said about any other woman.
Mm-hmm.
And so when people don't act that way, I'm just like, what? Why? What's wrong with you?
Okay. And you've, I assume, had that past relationships.
Mm-hmm.
And you really, really don't like that?
Yeah. And, like, I don't ever want to feel like I have competition. Like, I don't ever want to feel threatened.
Well, if you knew this stuff, why would you go on a show like this?
I don't know, honestly.
I mean, are you actually looking for a guy?
Yeah, of course.
What type of guy?
One that is unlike anybody else I've ever met.
What is your view of your loyalty?
Like, the
Kinda
top
powerful.
definition of loyalty to me is
So,
like, no matter what anyone tells me at
Right.
any point in time, you have my full devotion.
Let me go back to the other one too.
I like that.
Hey, Reem. Is that experience what birth Jamal? I don't think so.
Oh.
But I do think as you continue to climb up the ladder, especially in the business and stuff, you do have to be mindful of. I do want wealth, and sometimes it can get muddied as something else. Okay, hold on.
I cannot kiss you on camera. There's a reason for that. I'm going to marry someone someday. It might be you, it might not be you, and I do not want something of me kissing another man on television.
You?
If it's you, then we don't have anything to worry about.
I certainly thought that this was going a different way. It obviously is a dating show.
Yeah. That those are my values, and that's what I believe, and I don't want that of me on the internet anywhere, because I want my husband to have more than that.
Well, I do very much
Do you actually?
I do.
I can give you a hug.
I'll take that. I think romance and intimacy is something that you can't rush. It takes time. That's just a boundary that I have, and I will not be crossing it. Thanks for taking me on a date. You're welcome.
So, yeah. I was like, ooh, okay. Reem, do you want me to replay that? I just saw that you on. You want me to replay that? Or did you catch all that? You want to play it again? Because that's powerful right there. And that's probably what you should want, because you are dating for marriage. Well, not even dating, really. But it also goes to so to go back to your point, Q, about women as property. I think I said before I would like to be soft life, but I think sometimes in that soft life, sometimes communication is not necessarily level, right? Like what I think and what you think are different things, right? Like what Deem is thinking and what Crystal is thinking are two different things, right? On taking it slow. Somebody's thinking something completely different than the other person. So that's why I think sometimes I say property because that's the easiest thing for you to know what I mean. But if you are handling things and you are taking care of this, taking care of that, and taking care of this, you may think that you have some sort of ownership of somebody, right? So that's what I'm saying. Because I think sometimes it's easy for people to just think that, like, I'm taking care of all these things for you, so I kind of, you know, kind of have a say in what you do, you know. That's what I mean. Hey, Reem. Crunchwraps, Reem, Misfit. What's up? Oh, they're so cute. Good, thanks. How are you? Good. Bro, ask a question. Yeah, right. And so he asked a great question about loyalty, right? Because the thing that I've listened to Jordan about that, you know, about loyalty, and you know, y'all that's something that you're really big on, is loyalty. And so that was a great question. I think she answered it really well too. Will he hang that long with her and not be able to do all the things? I think that's why I only see 2 videos of her. I'm pretty sure I think he let her go. Because I felt like his feelings kind of got hurt in that last one. And yeah, he ain't trying to do that. He trying to get down. How are you, Reem? She hates them. Okay. Now that's kind of woman I'm waiting on, sis. Right. So and now see, here's the difference, right? So what you said, Q, was send her home. Then what Misfit said, she's lying. She hates the mustache. What Robert said was, now that's the kind of woman I'm waiting on, little sis. 3 completely different answers. They made all the sense in the world to the person that you are, and yet that solidified so many different things in my mind just now by all your answers. So it makes so much sense. Like when people say certain things, it's so beautiful to hear. Everything just falls into place. Like if you just listen, people tell you everything you need to know. It's so beautiful. When I get her, I will make her. Okay, you don't think a significant other should have a say in what the other does? I Why would you say that? Are you married, Q? I feel like you're married. Not the question. If those are her values, why is she on a dating show? I think the reason why she's on the dating show was interesting to me, but it was I almost wanted to see her on a dating show so that other women should have a standard to set than to just be out here just with no expectations, no standards, no nothing, right? And I think I liked the way in which her delivery was, so that way you could understand it and you could respect it, and then you could have a bar for your own self. It's like, okay, let's have something other than just like, because a lot of women weren't taught this stuff, right? We just out here, right? We only maybe single moms, maybe didn't have a father in the home, maybe the father was non-existent or in jail, you know what I mean, dead. I mean, all different kinds of things. So everybody has a different past and a different upbringing. Just like when you do something and like you'll say something in the chat, but what does that mean? You're like, oh my god, Asia, how do you not know that? Because I don't know. Right? Because I don't know. So I like that she's on this show because she gave a different perspective that most women I know probably have never heard. And I don't even watch this show, and I can't even tell you how this came across my feed. But I'm so glad that it did. I never watched the show, but it made me think about Chief though, because the fact that it's like a farmer show. Because when I started looking, I was like, well, what's the name of the show? Because I need to watch this show. I was like, listen, whatever. If she has a spinoff of whatever she has, I want to watch it. I want to see her parent talk. Like I almost want to go down a rabbit hole of her life right now. I want to know how she was brought up. I want to know her background. I want to know what she does for a living. Like, I want to know all of that. Well, I imagine she probably will get sent home. But I appreciated her. I appreciated everything she did. And who's to say that she picked herself on the show? I don't know. But I don't think she went on the dating show for that. I think she, because it's I think it's a farmer show. So I think she was looking for a country boy. That's what I think it was. I don't even know if she thought about the competition part of it. Because she doesn't really strike me as the type to watch television, reality TV shows. You know what I mean? Like, she doesn't look like that type to me. It almost looks like somebody was like, hey, they got this show kind of like, you should apply. I was like, okay, sure. I don't know. If it's not caught on video, it didn't happen. Okay. Well, I like it. But I love the no competition. That spoke volumes. Especially as women get older, right? We're not, things settle, things sag, things are different. Our bodies change, right? Like, women are very emotional. Then we go through menopause and stuff. Like, when I go through all my mood swings and all my changes and have kids and all that stuff, I want you to only have eyes for me. I don't want you looking over here, looking over there. You know what I mean? Like, I already know there's a lot going on in the female body, in the female anatomy, how moody we are, how things change for us in the instant, in the blink of an eye. Happy one day, sad the next, crying and horny. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many different changes to us. The only thing I need is for you to be consistent. I need you to be consistent in all my moves. And like, okay, this week let me make sure she's got this, because I know she's about to be, she's about to have the munchies this week. Let me go ahead and get some extra tissue, because I know she's going to be crying next week. Let me go ahead and make sure I have enough bath salts for her and run her bath water, because I know she's going to want them baths tonight. You know what I mean? Like, just different things. making sure that you know her in and out, right? Because you only have eyes for her. So, yeah. Hey, Sandy, how are you? The no televised affection was good, but she could have told him that before. They've been talking for a while. To choose her on a date, she wanted. Well, I mean, I don't know this. I don't know this show. I only seen these 2 episodes. When I say it's called, it's on Hulu. It's called Farmer Wants a Wife. Let's see what we got. You know what? Farmer Wants a Wife. Let's see what Farmer got on Hulu. I don't think my aunt got Hulu. Do I got Hulu? Hey, Sandy. So we are talking about this show called Farmer Wants a Wife. And one of the ladies said some really powerful words. And the guy went to kiss her, and she stopped him, and she said, "No, I only want to do that with my husband." And he said, "Well, you know it's a dating show." She was like, she said, "I don't want any competition. I don't want to have any competition. Because I want my husband to be the only one that he has only eyes for me." And so I was sharing that in the chat, and so we were kind of discussing that back and forth. I think that is so powerful. So cool. He was like, well, it's a dating show. I was like, okay, I get that. I don't have to, we don't have the kids. We can still have conversation though. And I think he's thinking, well, it's a competition show, but I'm not gonna tongue you down for a competition. So I think she still has a valid point. She was like, why did you come to the show? I didn't come to be right to do all that stuff. I came for the connection and the communication. We can still have great communication. You don't have to tongue me down though, right? You don't have to kiss me and do all those things for us to have the connection. And it would be kind of like when Deem says, I want to take things slow. It would just be that you take things slow with her. You can know a lot about somebody and not have sex with them, right? You can know a lot about somebody and talk with them, because that is essentially what should be happening anyway. Learn to ask better questions. And I can see by your reaction, I can see by your delivery, I can see by your demeanor, by the tonality in your voice, by your mannerisms, how you are reacting to the things that I'm saying. Does it annoy you? Does it make you laugh? Right? Does it, if it's something that you continually if we have good honest communication, or is it something that you kind of brush off like it didn't happen? It just matters about the connection, right? Are you feeling better, Sandy? Absolutely, Misfit. He didn't push back on her not wanting to be toned down. The pushback was her going on this show competitors and saying shit. Right. But she's not feeling like the women around her are competition. I think when she didn't kiss him, I think he felt some type of way that she didn't kiss him. I think he was thinking, well, why would you come on a competition show knowing that? I don't think she's thinking that the women are her competition at all. I think it was more so that kiss thing that he really was like, well, why would you do that? Like, knowing I'm going to be kissing. And I think she's fine the fact that you're kissing other women. I don't think that's her thing. I don't think he's the guy for her, right? But I do think it's kind of like, essentially like what I'm telling you I'm doing, but I'm dating, right? And I think that's what she's doing. She's dating, And maybe because she hadn't dated in a while, she's actually exploring her options. Now, he's probably not the guy for her. But by going on this date and seeing it, it exposes her to different types of different things, right? Different types of personalities with females and with men. And she'll see what comes up for it, right? And then if he sends her home, she's still going to be good. She'll have plenty of suitors, right? And they going to know to come correct. So, I think a lot of times we do things that we don't know why we did them, but we knew it was for a purpose, right? I think there are plenty of things that we've done. We've like, I don't know why. I just chose to do that, but something told me to. And I think that's kind of where she is. It's probably out of all of her characteristics to be on a show like this, because she doesn't look like she would be the type to be on these kind of show. But even still, she took that chance to see. And then it may be that, her husband is right around the corner because she did something out of her comfort zone, right? Taking different risks leads to different results. Like when I got on the viral video challenge today and I spoke my truth, there was probably 40 people in the breakout room. And then when we got back to the live chat, it was probably over 150 people in there. And so, in the Zoom room, and I'm speaking at 150 people, it used to be like, right? It doesn't bother me anymore because I do these lives every night. So I think sometimes just stepping outside of your comfort zone can open doors in different ways. And I try to do that daily. I try to do something outside of my comfort zone. Try to walk a different way, talk a different way. If it's a live, raise my hand, speak up, do something outside of my normal daily routine so that way I can reap different results. And I think that's what she did. She just did something outside of normally what she would normally do. But in doing so, she gave some really great sound bites. And so everybody won't understand that. The people who get it won't understand. The people who don't, it just may not be something that you've learned or something that you have experienced. But as you get older, it's going to speak volumes to you. It may not right now because of where you are in life, but if you spin the block around 4 years from now, when y'all are my age and Robert's age, it's gonna seem so different. It's gonna seem so different. Teaching was definitely outside of my comfort zone when I first started. Teaching what, Misfit? Do you mean like teaching jujitsu? I'll be back in 20 minutes. I'm going to get... Okay, Sandy. Okay, Sandy. Is everybody still on? I see only one person in my chat. Can anybody give me a like and subscribe thing so I can post it? Classes, okay. And see how good you're doing now, Misfit? Shucks. Why is this so... My poor nails. Excuse me. Classes, yeah. Let's get some water. Yes. It's almost 1 o'clock. I didn't do any of the things I wanted to do today. What is that? Oh, that was 4 days ago. Do you mean like actual fruit trees? No, we buy everything here. Wouldn't that be nice though? Because they plant flowers, but they don't do fruit. Ah, I would love it. So my long-term goal is to have, a garden with certain things in it. Like, I would love certain fruits. I love tomatoes. I love onions. I don't know. I like blueberries. Difference of opinion isn't attached to age. You tend to speak down from a podium when there's a different perspective. I just think it's just a different. I can't explain it. That's the only way I know how to explain it. Because I feel like, and I say this because you are my sister's age, and the stuff that she says to me now, I was like, I was there, but now I'm here, and you're saying the things that I was saying when I was there, and so that's where I'm speaking of. Because, and here's the thing, and I'm thinking about the people ahead of me, right? They were saying these things too, and I was thinking, why are they saying this? Why are they talking about this? But the way that our society is set up, we are very cultured. And I'm just seeing the things keep coming back around. Oh my gosh, let me see if I can find it. I follow this guy on LinkedIn, and he does a class every, probably every quarter. And he says, okay, in your 20s, in your 30s, in your 40s, in your 50s, in your 60s, where's your mindset? And every time he does it, I'm like, really? That's interesting. And every time he does it, I see women and do this in their 40s, women who do this in their 50s, men who do this in their 40s, right? And so, no, it's not for everybody, but it is so, because of the way we've been brought up, it's just human nature, I think. It's human nature. Like, what do you think that you're doing now at 34 that is completely different from other people your age? I love that, Misfit. I love that. Now, I'm not saying I can't learn from you, and I'm not saying you can't learn from me. But I enjoy having, like, these aha moments. You don't think, like, when you thought about, because you 34. So you haven't had your, like, I don't know, have you ever been to your class reunions? Have you been to any of them? Or have you thought about, you seen the commercials? Is it the Geico commercials? When they say, well, we can help you save money on your car insurance, but we can't prevent you from becoming your parents. Do you see those commercials where people used to be like, oh my God, why are y'all so loud? It's like, really, it's not even loud in here. Or they do things that are very much like their parents, and they thought when they were when I grow older, I'm never gonna be like that. And then you be like, look at these young kids walking around with their pants hanging down. Why are they doing this? Why are they doing that? And so you literally, like, history is literally repeating itself. So that's what I'm saying. Like, we'll say certain things, and then we'll turn around and we'll be those people, right? We're growing into that, right? You're saying, like, I can't help you from becoming. So, like, somebody said to me, well, back in my day, I was like, we're old when we start saying back in my day, right? I have a friend who sends me, we did the 20th class reunion together, right? And so every day he'll send me something from the 90s. Every day he'll send me something from the 2000. You know, remember with the he'll send me stuff like, you remember the lunches we had in school? Who thought pizza went with chicken with chocolate milk? Like, whoever thought that should have been a mix together? But why do we always have pizza with chocolate milk? And we had chocolate milk with every meal. Who has chocolate milk with every meal? But that's how we were raised, and so it was funny, you know. Then we talk about, you know, just all kinds of stuff, right? The Nintendo, right? Everybody had the Nintendo, so it was so much nostalgia in going backwards. But even in so, he's like, how did we forget that it's been, you know, 20 years since somebody used a VHS, and then you see kids growing up, they're like, what is this? You don't know what that is? How do you not know what a house phone is? Because they've never seen it. But it's like, that was in my day though. But how was that 25 years ago, right? Like, how is that a thing? If this the thing in the wall, they don't know what that cord is. Like, it used to be a phone line that you would plug in there. It's like, how am I? What is that? You know, it's just history repeats itself. So, you know, I like spending time with my grandmother, and I like seeing just history just fast forwarded, so I know what to expect, I guess, you know. Because I can hear it in her voice. I can hear her age, but I can hear the things that she was brought up with, right? So I'm like, yeah, that's her age group, you know what I mean? So I know that's what they would do. That's how they talk. That's how they address things. So it's just age. It's just wisdom. But did you answer my question? Your logic applies if we were all in the same year progression. We learn different ways. There are 7-year-old things out there. I agree. But not in the chat. So, what are you doing now at 34 that you think is completely different from the men of your age? I used to do that actually. With the cheeseburger and french fries. I mean, listen, them school lunches was like, what? What does that even go together? Why do they go together? Because we had the same, listen, you either had pizza, chicken nuggets, or what else? It wasn't, we didn't have too many options. Pizza, chicken nuggets, cheese pizza, pepperoni pizza, chicken nuggets. Shoot, I can't think. Right, with the fruit. And I wasn't a milk person, so I never drank the milk. Here you can I have your chocolate? Here, take it. White milk. Oh, I definitely don't want no white milk. Strawberry milk at that. Ugh, gross. Get that to somebody else. I don't want none of that. You trying to turn my whole stomach out. Don't do that. With the little fruit cups. I'm just trying to think. Oh my gosh. Oh, listen. And I should know. I spent too many times in them kitchens. Okay? I knew I didn't want none of that. That's probably why I eat like this now. I remember back then they were trying to kill me. I don't want none of that food. I don't want none of that. You know what? I'm just going to go vegetarian. It's okay. Don't worry about it. I don't want that. I don't want that either. I want that. I want that. I want that. I'm good. The ice cream cups with the wooden spoons, right? So many things. So many things. Sheesh. Nope. So my question, Q, I said was, what are you doing at your age that is different from men your age? Since it is not quote unquote linear, what are you doing that's different? All right, Reem, have a good night. Enough of them. Man, the nano babies, the Game Boys, I'm thinking about all the hairstyles we had back then. I mean, there's so many different things that we used to do. Love you too, Reem. Man. Let me see. I'm going to pull him up because he sends me every day. Every day he'll send me something. And I'd be like, I don't have that much nostalgia. I don't mind going back, but I'm really wanting to go forward. And I like to, if at all possible, help somebody to overcome things before they happen, right? Like experience. I don't want everybody to have to experience it, but I get it. I'm working on this coaching thing now. Eventually I'll fall into place. Consciously working on my grandkids' wealth, I would assume is the biggest difference. Do you have grandchildren? Now, I will say I think you may be a little before your time in that regard. I don't think that it's not necessarily in the back of somebody's mind. I don't know. I mean, Robert can say, I don't know. Robert, were you thinking that way at 34? Sean, John, Echo, oh my gosh, Apple Bottoms, K-Swiss, with my Dickies dress. Listen. So many things, yeah. You don't? But I'm saying you have a child though. You have a child and you have raised children. So, and then are you having them you're passing the wealth on to them, or are you going to teach them how to acquire, how to keep it, how to grow it? What do you mean when you say that? I was going to find, there you go. Where's my messages? Here they go. Baby fat, yeah. Where is my, sheesh. There we go. He sent me, he said, anybody use MapQuest back in the day? Forgot about Map. He sends me a video every day. Look at this one. Hold on. Look at this. Okay, wait a minute. Look at this. Tell me, y'all remember this? Let go. Actually, I think I said this one to him.
mark on your cheek. No, that's not a kiss mark. How you niggas do that? Yes, it is. No, it's not. Yes, it is. You guys don't give me a mark. No, it's not. It was not no kiss mark.
Did y'all? This is hilarious. It was lit when they came out. The squares. You remember bouncing on the bouncy balls? You get what I'm saying? My only thing is, I was in Florida. You were in Virginia. I guess we're Atlanta. I can't remember where you were before. But we were all in different areas, and yet we still had the quote-unquote same childhood. That's what I'm saying. So even though our ages are different, we still had the same experiences. And so over time, history repeats itself. And so if I can just, I feel like there is something in my eye. It's probably just, what do you call it? Whatever that crap is that comes out of your eye. Mine is usually like a film. Anyway. Right? Yeah, I remember dodgeball, like all the things. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Just like when they have they say pre-midlife crisis, that men hit, midlife crisis around 50. A lot of women get divorced in their 40s. It's just, it doesn't happen to everybody. However, it's like a genetic and makeup thing that kind of just happens over time. And as you get older, things start to hit a little differently, right? That's all. Just like when we were talking about the thing in the video, like Robert and I are on the same page. We're also a lot closer, a lot different in age, right? We've been through some stuff, and so it's just different. I think Q was on the same wavelength. I just think you're. I'm just curious to see what this looks like 4 years from now, 5 years from now. If 5 years from now you say what I'm thinking you're gonna be saying that we and Robert are saying, would you be like, look, I don't want nobody. I just want to wait. And I'm just interested to see what it looks like. Because there was things that I would say, like, I remember my sister being like, you're this age and you haven't had this. By the time I'm 16, I'm going to have a car and I'm going to have this. I'm like, okay. Let's see what happens. And, of course, 16 came around. Right, you know what I mean? So it's just interesting. It's just everything. But everybody has a different time thing, isn't it? That's just the age when men are usually financially able to get the things they spent their childhood dreaming about. Well, what's the crisis part about it? Well, if you're at an age where you can spend stuff, why would it be a crisis? And you can redefine the term. I'm cool with that. Robert, do you have anything to say? Robert is so quiet. Robert be like, I'd be like, because if I'm talking, because if you feel like I am talking crazy, then yeah, I do feel like I have some merit to it, though. I do feel like I have some stuff under my belt to know what I'm talking about. Get it out my eye. All right, let's see here. Kind of want to do it. There's no tube view today, huh? We're missing some people. style of two. You're close, but I still think there's still a gap there. There's still a gap there. And you'll be 35. I said, it isn't a thing to me. There's no crisis. Back in my day, our Amazon boxes were delivered by a person, not these fancy shipping. Okay, misfit. Got it. Right. Amazon. Amazon was not even a thing. Child. Redbox, gone. Or going, I should say. Blockbuster. Radio Shack. Toys R Us. Burlington. Is Burlington still around? I don't even know. No, I think we still got Burlingtons. I think they're still around. I'm trying to think what else. I think, are all the Sears gone yet? Yeah. My eyes look different in this angle. They look real brown. But yeah. So many changes. Alright. Mm-hmm. Finger Hut? What was Finger Hut? I feel like that sounds familiar, but what was Finger Hut? And what else am I missing? We still have there might be a few JCPenney's left. So many things have changed. I mean, so many things. Here's to the future. Absolutely misfit. Here's to the future. Sheesh. No, I'm not doing any of that right now. Avon. We saw Avon? Let me see. When you said catalog, I was like, oh, remember Avon? Gosh. Everybody used to be an Avon. Remember Skin So Soft? Everybody was oily. To come inside and put some Skin So Soft on. From these mosquitoes. Smell like oily perfume. They must still be around because it says spring sale has arrived. Wait a minute. Let me find out Avon's still around. Who is buying it? Grandma? Let me find out Grandma's still buying Avon. And I think it's interesting, like, when you see stuff that's still around, I just think they probably acquired property. Like, I sat next to a guy who was a lobbyist for Dillard's, I think. And he was like, well, Dillard's, he was like, they actually own a construction company. I was like, really? He was like, yeah, we own a construction company. And so we built a lot of buildings up around, which is how they were able to continue to, sustain their wealth and build and create more building and more, spending power and stuff. Because Dillard's had bought so many other things over that time frame. I was like, Dillard's? He was like, yeah, we do well for ourselves. So it's just interesting to see people putting in work behind the scenes. Mm-hmm. Right? Yeah. So many. Remember all the magazines? All those magazines. Sunny D makes alcoholic beverages. I know times are changing. Man. But that lets you know that you can grow and you can evolve. And you can change anytime you want to. So you don't have to feel that you're stuck in one area. Just like when I did, my gardening today, I'm definitely not a outdoor lady like that. I mean, I love being out in nature. I don't necessarily like gardening, but it was something different outside of my regular, lives. Me DJing is outside of my regular stuff. So I do like that you can be versatile. And you can change up. You can do it as many times as you want until you get it. I think that's the gist of life. And take everything I say with a grain of salt. Do your own research. Don't take everything I say as factual, right? You have your own experiences. Q had already said that months ago. He was like, whatever people say, I take it with I can't remember exactly what you said. You don't take it at face value. And I said I did the opposite. I take what you say at face value until you show me otherwise. So you have different varying opinions. And then I also was, raised up on a church background. So there's a lot of little innuendos in there that are still in there that are having to be ironed out and fleshed out. That's why I say it's very strong. I don't care what anybody says. If you grew up in church, you are very judgy without knowing that you're judgy. It's in you. It's very ingrained in you. And it takes a lot to pull it out of you over time. So I don't know how your background was, Q. Were you in church? Were you raised in church? Did you go every week? Did you not go? Were you any specific religion? Did you what? Because I think you said your dad was kind of in and out. So was mom just working all the time? Did you spend time with her? Was she always, at the church? I'm mad I broke my nail. They're so brittle. Can y'all hear me okay? Because I'm laying kind of this way. You definitely got to play more Texas Hold'em. What you mean, Misfit? In terms of... Had church love and Baptist granny that would take us every once in a while. But I was with heathen the rest of the week. Interesting. With the heathens okay. Interesting. Okay. That says a lot. So what was you getting into? People bluff both in and out of the game. Okay. Definitely. Okay, Misfit. I want to be authentic. I realize that life is a game, but I want to be as authentic as possible. Because when I play those games, they just leave me unfulfilled. I used to hold a lot of stuff in, so I try not to do that anymore. It comes out, and that was one of the reasons why I didn't want to go live, because I was like, oh, what if I say the wrong things? Because I used to want to be able to, like, counteract and be like, oh, well, what I meant was this. No, I'm okay with it. I mean, if it comes to a different point where it comes to a head and then I have to change it, then I'll change it. But this is where I'm at. I've had someone else ask me how my childhood shaped me. My mom had Jesus, MLK, and Tupac hanging up in her apartment in a lot of ways. I grew up with some of their principles, for better or for worse. Interesting. Which ones did you take from Tupac? The decision to go live is still crazy to me. But it airs out so many different, like, so the viral video challenge that I did, the first time I did it, I want to say the first or second time I did it, it was good information. It was new. It's also a good refresher. But I missed it was 5 days. It was a 5-day challenge. I just joined today. Today was day 5. So I done missed all of them. But it was still some stuff she said that reminded me. And today was the reflection one. So they were showing everybody else's videos. Like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. And what I'm not doing on these lives, because we're just having like back and forth conversation, there is no structure to my live. It should be that, and probably because we're talking so long, that it would be all scripted. I would have my script and it would say, hey, how many of you are this? And you raise your hand, how many of you are this? How many of this? Okay, well, in today's live, I'm going to go da 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 da. And then it would be very structured. And that is something I'm not doing with you all. It doesn't matter. But I do need to go back to actually making videos. Because as much as I love these lives, I am still doing myself probably a disservice because I'm not posting as much content on my actual page as I should. Yes, we go live every day, but I still need content to back up what I'm doing so that way I'm still showing up consistently. So that way there's something that's recent. Because I want to say the last time I made a video was, let me check, probably 2 months ago. Probably. I'll make a short, but shorts are not the same because shorts don't age well, right? Shorts are like, let's see here, 1782. All right, so shorts are like, they're like very temporary. Whereas, watch hours, you have them for 365 days. You have them for a whole year. Shorts you only have for like a quarter. It's really hard to gauge unless you're doing a lot of shorts. Deem, you still on? Deem is quiet. Deem must have dropped off. Tupac was aggression being expressive unapologetically. The power in words and how they can shape our experience. Words are powerful. This book kicks me in my butt every day. You hear me? Every day. It'll be something else in here every day. But that too. I was like, we should just learn. This book should just be like kindergarten. You just start here. And I'm sure some of the stuff I've said in the chat, even probably tonight, I'll have to go back and be like, dang, I did that too. I said that too. Dang, I did that too. And I promise you, I just got finished with the judgment book. The judgment part was just last week. So I was like, we still working on that part. So I was like, I say no judgment. I still have to consciously tell myself, okay, Aysia, you can put that down though. You don't have to carry that. It's not yours to carry. It's almost like younger, like older me trying to warn like the younger me, right? Like if I was going back to my not necessarily talking to you specifically as you, Q, but it's almost like me talking to my younger 34-year-old self, essentially. Kind of like, hey, I know you say this now, but when you get this age, it's gonna feel different. It's gonna sound different. You're gonna have different experiences, you know. Because in my brain, where you are now, when you get to empty nester, whether y'all stay together or not, you know, we'll see how that is. I don't know. I don't know I don't know what that looks like, what that structure looks like. I hear what you say. So if it happens in the way that you want it to, and y'all go your separate ways, I think once you are solely on your own, I think you'll start to reflect and be like a Robert. And I think you're going to want to be just by yourself, because you have not been by yourself your entire adult life. And so, like where Robert said, hey, I don't know that you'll be like, you don't want anybody to wait till marriage, but I do think you're going to want that bachelor life. So I do think you're going to want that time to yourself, this time to reflect. I don't know if you're going to have women or not, but I do think you are going to want that independence that you have not yet had. Structure is good, deviations from it. IA also okay, just gotta go with the flow and bring it back to center if it goes too far. Okay. Were there any people, real or fake, that helped you become who you are? I feel like everybody plays a part. Everybody plays a part. I think about my coaches. I say fake because TV sitcoms were a real part of my upbringing. J. Cole had a line saying Uncle Phil was the only father he ever knew. That resonated for me. Interesting. I feel like Will Smith said the same thing. There was a lot of I think now that you said it, there was a lot of people in the 90s that was like, oh my gosh, these are people with two-parent households. They never seen it, right? A lot of people never seen. Family Matters had the husband in the home. Cosby Show had the husband in the home. You're right. Oh dang. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air had the husband in the home. And so it was like a complete different childhood to most people's childhood, right? It's like, oh my gosh, really? Y'all growing up with daddies? And wealthy, right? Because, I mean, Family Matters was like a, middle class family. And where? Oh, there you go. The Fresh Prince was like, wait a minute. He's like, wait a minute, people have money? People got money? And that's probably the first time I think I had seen somebody wealthy, I guess. I know I wasn't watching Dallas. That was before my time. And I don't know who else was on TV like that. I mean, I guess I watched the Cosby Show, and I was thinking, okay, they got money. They weren't like extravagant with their stuff, like Fresh Prince was. But good old Uncle Phil, yeah. Did you? I watched that just recently. They had a thing with him and as they they had their reunion for Fresh Prince, and they were all sitting around watching it, and they were just tearing up. They were just all tearing up. It was really good to watch. I just saw it maybe last week. It was really good. All right, let me go back to your question. I need to sit up because... Okay. I either need to hide these, because she'd be like, I don't want you to eat them at me. Let me hide these right here. Okay. Were there any people, real or fake, that helps you to become who you are. Yes, I would agree. Yes. I think everybody that I meet and come in contact with are supposed to be on my journey, on my path. I think everybody has a part to play in shaping the person I become, because nothing is a coincidence. So even the parts that weren't the greatest, that just means that the lesson that I needed to learn had to be a little bit more extreme for me to learn it. Otherwise, I would continue to repeat it. So I think that everything that you do, everything that you come across, all the people that you meet have a part to play in your upbringing, in your life. Hey, Sean. Yeah, I had an uncle that showed me a different way of life. We spent a few summers with him. Thought he was rich. Hindsight, it was my first time experiencing middle class. Ooh. Interesting, Q. So would you say that, okay, so that was your first time middle class. So you were kind of like on the like project side? Is that what you're saying? Growing up? So now, do you feel like what you're doing now, do you feel like you good because you made it out, like you made it out the hood? Is that what you kind of feel like? Middle class is better than no class. I didn't phrase it right. I meant celebrities or TV personalities. So you're saying, did any celebrities or TV personalities shape the way that I was raised? Is that what you mean? Not hood, but poverty. Okay. What did your mom do for a living, Q? When you were growing up? And then when did you get out of poverty? Did you get out of poverty, or you had to, you chose to get out of poverty? Or did she come up? Celebrities or TV personalities. So, I always grew up thinking that I was supposed to die with a holiday. So don't tell me people that, because it sounds really weird. But in my mind, I've always had this image of like the MLK, like MLK as a holiday. Not to say nothing about like assassination or anything like that, but to the fact of you are supposed to be on that scale. That when you pass away, you're supposed to have a holiday. And I was like, what am I supposed to do that grants me that kind of, you know what I mean? I was like, ooh, that sounds scary to say it, because it sounds so big, like so large. I was like, oh no. So I was like, let me just go back over here. I was like, I'll do communication, and I'll do like the DJ stuff, and I'll do the video in the background, and I'll do newscasting, but I'll be the director in the background. I'll work at the church, but I'll direct the screens and stuff. And so everything I was doing is in the background, because I was like, well, surely maybe that's what they meant. Then maybe that's what I heard. Maybe I was just supposed to be a credit, right? But it just kept getting louder and louder and louder and louder. I was like, yes, you were supposed to be out front. And it was like, that's what I made you for. I was like, that's what I made your face for you to be out front. And I was like, I don't want to do it. I'm not supposed to be That's too big. It's just too big. So we are testing the water. So that's why also I'm going live, because I'm just trying to see what that looks like. I don't know what that's supposed to be. I just heard it a long time ago and I've suppressed it for a long time. So I'm just trying to see. I don't even know, Misfit. I don't even know. Right. And so the more stuff I learn, the more stuff I'm like, ooh, this stuff is deep. This stuff is really deep. Right. And I can see the path that I am going, right? So I was like, okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. So we shall see. We shall see. That's why I try to take the spiritual aspect from it instead of taking the just the regular way. Because I think if I take the spiritual way, the spiritual look of it, then I'm more in tune with being able to create my own destiny, create my own ending, how I want to go, how I feel like it should go. But if I just live in everybody's kind of like, oh, well, you know, when you die, no, I'm choosing the way I'm going. I want to go in my sleep, thank you very much. I want peaceful. Peaceful, I'll tell you when. I will tell you when. But I'm not sure what holiday, though. But you see how many things are changing, though, right? I was watching a video where they had built this stuff in Utah. I think all like the Black Lives Matter, and they had done like really pretty murals. They are knocking all of them down. All of them. They are talking about getting rid of the penny, because that was Abraham Lincoln, but Abraham Lincoln abolished slavery. That's why they put him on the penny. Why they make him the darkest one. That's why it's bronze, right? And if you look at all the coins, he's the only one going the opposite way of everybody, of all the other coins, because he, they didn't like what he did. So it's a lot of things going on. Good and destruction sound similar. How do you discern which voice guides you? How do I discern what voice guides me? I think that's where I teeter on the and I gotta stop saying overthinking, because it sounds like a negative, and I don't want it to be a negative thing. I think that anything that God gives you is powerful if you use it correctly. I do think that there are certain things that can hinder us, so I'm very mindful of that, right? Like too much sugar. When I have too much sugar, too much gluten in my system, it causes me to have like a brain fog. So I do realize that, and I did cheat a little bit today, so I do need to be mindful of that. I didn't have any cheese today. I didn't have any dairy per se, except for I guess I had mac and cheese yesterday though. But other than that, I have not had a lot of dairy. I'm watching my gluten intake. I did have a piece of bread today, but I had not had bread in like 3 days, because I know bread has a lot of gluten in it, and I know it makes me brain foggy, and then I can't hear out of this ear for a little bit of time. So I'm mindful of that. That's why I do so many fasts, because when I fast, I feel like I hear on a spiritual level more than I'm just in my conscious mind of doing something. So I try to make sure I stay in tune. That's why when you listen to me, I'm always doing my walks. I walk every morning. I have started back doing my yoga. What I do find is that when I do yoga, I have much more quantum leaps than I would do day-to-day. Walking is great. Something about that yoga does something to me though. And so I'm now incorporating the walking plus the yoga, plus I'm doing the ab workout. So now I'm doing 3 different things. So you're talking, that's almost probably an hour and a half, 2 hours out of my day now. Just on those 3 things. So, you know. But I do think my path has to be spiritual. It has to be spiritually led. Otherwise, I'm going to keep hitting roadblocks. Hey, Z. Pennies were always kind of bronze colored. I mean, I get that part. Yeah. I get that misfit. I probably didn't say it in the way that I should have said it, about the penny and stuff. But yes, they've always been bronze. I have so many coins that I picked up along the way, and I'm sure that the pennies that I pick up probably have some sort of value. These just don't look like anything. These are like unrecognizable because they're so bad. But okay, I pick them up anyway. I was like, they're just so unrecognizable. And I wonder if you can clean them off or whatever, but you see it's so bad. You can barely see his head on there. I've got tons. Hey, Tubu, where you been? We've been having some deep conversations. Thanks for Asia or D. That was, yeah. I have tried a lot of things. I knew I was supposed to be in communication. I didn't know where, or I think I was afraid to do this here, and I'm still not where I'm supposed to be. I truly feel I'm supposed to be on a stage. I'm supposed to be public speaking to thousands of people. And this is still very much not where I'm supposed to be, but this is still getting me to that level of being on somebody's stage. Like the Tony Robbins. But that just sounds crazy. But when I closed my eyes, I was like, oh no, you're definitely supposed to be on somebody's stage. Talking to thousands of people. That just sounds so weird. But gotta start somewhere. So yeah, I've done, I work for PBS. I DJ'd for 10 years. I did, worked at the church. I would do like bulletins and stuff. I would do the screens. So I've done all facets of communications, to the email marketing. You know what I mean? Like the only two things that I think right now are kind of like is the singing and the public speaking. And I do think they go hand in hand. And those are the ones that I think I'm kind of shying away from because I don't necessarily want to sing. But I'm in the arena, right? I'm doing all the entertainment stuff. And it's like, maybe you should have been the one singing. That sounds crazy to me too. But I could totally see that too. Communication could be both ways. It could be that I'm supposed to be singing or I'm supposed to be public speaking. I just be having fun with it right now. I don't even, right now I be trying to sing to the track. I'm like, well, that sounds horrible. It's I can sing to the track. You take out that track. Oh, where am I supposed to start? You're supposed to sing to what? I feel like that's the hardest part. Then you second guess yourself. Trying to sing to like a blank instrumental. What pivot do you have to do to be on stage? I think I would have to structure. That's why I said I would have to start going back to structuring my format. Instead of I'm just talking to you all. When I did the viral challenge today, they have a structure. They have a format. It's like, hey, how many of you have ever felt tired? And you read, How many have you ever felt lonely? Have you ever wished your life wasn't the way it is? And so all of the questions that I ask are supposed to be yes questions, right? But they're supposed to be broad enough so that way you definitely say yes, or the majority of everybody says yes. And even if you didn't say yes to the first one, you should say yes to the last two. Different things like that. Then you alternate hands. Then you say, well, in this brief presentation, I am going to share with you da 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 da. Then you thank the people who brought you in. I would like to thank so-and-so for this video challenge, and thank you for allowing me to speak here. I'd like to thank so-and-so. Then you say, I would like to thank you all in the audience. Thank you so much for being here, and give yourself a round of applause. Give yourself a round of applause for being here and showing up for yourself. So you are acknowledging the people who brought you, telling them thank you, but then you also acknowledge the audience because they are the ones who are going to reap the benefit, but also because you want the engagement. And you say, I want you to congratulate yourself, so give yourselves a round of applause. So you start, give yourself a round of applause, and it also gives you that comfort in knowing that you've done something right. Like, everybody wants like a little mini piece of congratulations, you did this. Good job, good job, good job. And so all the yeses are also engagement, because it helps you to more yeses, which is essentially kind of like sales, which is soft closes. Yes, yes, yes. Then you're congratulating yourself, so you're feeling good. Then it keeps you from not just being sitting there, just being like sitting ducks. It keeps you engaged. It keeps you interactive. I'm keeping you engaged, so you keep moving, doing different body languages and stuff. So there's a method to all of this. Okay, let's read the chat. Small woman, mighty voice. Thank you, too. I hadn't seen you in a minute. Seeing karaoke live in person helps with that. Yeah, I think I did live like a one time. And then I met a man and I never went back to karaoke. See, this is karaoke. You know what? This is nope. Because I remember what happened last time I went to karaoke. I thought about that the other day. I was like, you should go. I was like, I don't know who's gonna be in there. I'm back in my old stomping grounds, remember? I gotta tread lightly. Somebody called me tonight and I was like, oh, how'd he get my number? Why is he calling me? Let me see. Hello, is it Sanvika? Hello, Sanvika. Thank you. You are so, thank you. That's how I got over stage fright, singing karaoke. Oh, okay. I like it. What's more important to you to nurture, your childhood dream or your future child? My childhood dream or my future child? You mean like the children I'm gonna have? Karaoke PTSD, right? I literally thought about that the other day. I was like, dang it. Because as we're always on these lives and we're always thinking, right? Like, he would have been I did like him. I really liked him. But it's just, and I think it could be communication, right? But at the same time, I'm not putting any more communication out there because communication gets muddied after a while. And so if it looks like I'm putting in all the effort, he's not the one. That's all. Can't do it. I have to let it go. Yes, as of today, is it more important to you? Did you have kids or end up on stage? I still think I have time to have children, though. Yeah. I still have time. I will probably be on stage before I have children now. The goal in my mind, the way, and I think I've said this to you before, is to be kind of like on the Rihanna thing. Like, that's why I'm working on myself now so that I can do the things. So by 40, 41, I've done the things, and it could be that I could do these things and be like, okay, I've done it, I'm good, right? It could be that part. Like, there are so many people who are like one hit wonders in the music industry, right? And you're like, dang, where'd they go? And I do think it's because they tried it and they realized, oh, wow, this is not the life for me. Because even as I'm sitting here talking to you, I don't know if y'all can hear me because I think I have the thing kind of covered up. Can y'all hear me okay? So even as I'm talking to you all, I think about the fact that, imagine I'm at 4,000 subscribers. In the event that Aysia gets 100,000, 200,000, a million subscribers, do you know how awkward it sounds? Like, it's just, I'm just me, right? Walking down the street and somebody's freaking out. And I'm, what's wrong with you? And you're freaking out about me. I'd be like, who? It didn't sound crazy until you became the person that somebody's literally like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Because I remember when, and it wasn't nothing crazy that anybody's ever has done just yet, but I see when I have, like when I went live with Boss Dog, look, I took his breath away. For 2 seconds, he said, wow. And I'm like, Boss Dog, you see me all the time. But it was that 2 seconds, I was like, okay, there's something there. And so now it becomes, because you see me so often, it could be like I'm a different person. I'm just a regular person, just like you are. But I'm doing something that you may be afraid to do, right? Or you may put me on a different status, right? Like you said, like celebrity or whatever. And so I do imagine I'll get to that level. But still, somebody walking down the street and be like, oh my gosh. Does that sound kind of weird to you? That sounds kind of nerve-wracking, right? So it's just going to be interesting to see what that looks like. It could be, I might like it. I can be like, this is weird, right? Like, my aunt would be like, I've seen so-and-so. They just didn't seem so nice. They didn't seem as friendly as I thought they would be. And I was like, they probably were freaked out. This is me now on the other side of it. Because if I was on her side, I listened to what she said. And so it may come off that way, right? But if you're, most celebrities, most people who are in the public eye are very introverted. And so because you see them on stage and talking to all these people, you would think they're extroverted, but they're very introverted people, very quiet, very to themselves. And so I've been around enough of them to know that they're introverted. So I don't take it as I still, if you get like a little like, oh my gosh, you get like a look of like a fan, and then you see that they're just different. They're just people. They're not, everybody's not open. Everybody's not friendly like that. I just think that they're just introverted. They know how to turn it on and turn it off. Because some of them are extremely quiet. Like, if we have an interview, they'll be like, what they're extremely nervous to do an interview. I'm like, really? You sing in front of thousands of people. But for me to ask you 3 questions, you're scared to do it. They run from us. And I just think that's so wild. But again, it's just, they know how to, that's why I was telling you about that alter ego. They know how to turn it on, but it's not them. That is an alter ego. That is a presentation of them that they have to perform. But when they take the hat off, they are regular people. All right, let's read this chat. As of today, I think I read that. Is it more important that you have kids or end up on stage? I think I answered that. How old do you want to be when you have kids? 40-ish. But I'm about to be 39, so we're thinking 41, 42-ish maybe? I don't know. I don't have to be married though. That sounds crazy, right? That does sound crazy. Because of the thing what the lady just said, but yeah. Me and marriage is a little different though. like as I've gotten older. But I am still looking for that one. I'm still looking for that needle in the haystack. But I also feel like I could be like the Oprah and Stedman type too. Or I could be and I think you asked me that, Q, but I feel like I referenced Rihanna quite a bit because I had not seen it until she did it. And then I was like, oh, I like how she did that. I like how she did all this stuff on her own is what it appears to be, right? She had gone through the stuff with Chris Brown, so she had been through some stuff. She wasn't like always in the street. She that was the only one that I really remember her dating was Chris Brown until they broke up, and then she kind of was like, listen, I'm just gonna do my thing. She went and got her Fenty, and she went and did her music and stuff. And then her and ASAP kind of hit it off, and then she kind of went in the cut and was like, okay, I'm gonna do what I need to do, build my stuff. Then she built her stuff. She made her money. Then she was like, okay, I'm gonna settle down now. I'm gonna have children. And so that's kind of the vibe I'm looking for. I want to go ahead and build the stuff up, build the wealth, build the money up, get myself in a nice situation, and then from there, then we can, as I'm still working, and then I can see who just seems like he's cool people, right? He gets me, he understands me, and we can kind of go with the flow. You can technically cheap ups. Thank you, Tubia. Not saying you can't have both. I'm asking what's more important to you. They're both important. Both can be true. They're both important. I knew a woman that lived below me that had her kid at 42. Okay, yeah. I just saw a lady 75 years old pregnant. She didn't know what to do. She thought she went in for like cramps or something. She doing June. So this is why I say there are like the Sarahs of the world are coming back because our bodies can do some amazing things. And even though society will tell you're old, I think it's probably the best time for you because now you've really lived and you've really experienced some things. So now it's like, okay, now you can have children. Now, do I want youngins run around at 42? Hey, we'll see. I think it's going to be an interesting experience. I do think they probably will be like, whoo, right. They could maybe tire me out a little bit, but I do think I'll have help. At that age, I will have help. I will probably have a chef or something to kind of help me with that. I probably will have somebody in to come and help me, mom or, nanny or whatever the case is. And yeah, so I think I still rather have a puppy. And then my dog just died, so I don't want another dog right now. I don't want another dog until I have children. Because what happens when you have a dog is that you have the dog for the kids, but then the kids grow up and you end up staying with the dog. The dog ends up becoming your baby. And so that is just too close to home for me right now. I had my dog for 16 years. I am not ready. That hurt way more than I thought it would. Oof. I'm still not ready. Thank you, Misfit. There's a difference between the stage persona and the true self. Absolutely. I've seen it too many times. Way too many times. This is my wheelhouse, right? Way too many times. Like, and I don't be saying them because I don't want nobody to like not like them. But some of them were a trip, okay? There are some real divas out there, you hear me? And some of them, it goes straight to their head. And I'd be like, okay. And it could have been, right, so now looking back, it could have been my perception. It could have been the fact that but I also was on tour with these people for 5 months, so interesting. So I'm gonna say, from my experience, I read a book called Big Magic, and I loved that book. And one of the things she said was that she learned a long time ago, do not meet the people who you are like fans of, or you are, what did she say? Like people you admire, don't meet them. She was like, because sometimes you meet them, it changes your perspective on them. And so she's right. There are some people that I've met and I was like, oh my gosh. And then you met them and you was like, I don't know. I mean, it could be, look, we could meet and you'd be like, I don't like her. I thought she was cooler. It's possible. It's truly possible, right? But yeah, when you meet people, you may lower your expectation, or you may have different expectations, or you have different thoughts of how you thought they were, right? Because you're like, oh, I thought so-and-so was this and this and this. And then you see them and you meet them in real life, you're like, maybe not. So, right. Thank you, Tube. You don't meet your heroes. Yeah. Because then you realize that they're just people. They're just people. And so but the more that you meet your heroes and the people that you aspire to be, the more realistic you realize, oh, I can do this. There is nothing that I am doing that you cannot do, right? All I'm doing is taking my phone, pressing play, I'm going live, and I'm talking to you. If, in fact, that you are afraid to do that, that is the only thing that I'm doing that you may not be doing, right? Right? I have my opinions. Q has his opinions. Misfit has his opinions. 2B has his opinions. They're all valid. They're all real. They all are how everybody is in their natural state, right? This is how I was raised. That's how you was raised. That's how he was raised. And so your opinion is, and this what you believe. And what you believe is true. Now, if I say it with conviction, I understand it, and I'm backed on it, then it is my belief. That's why I'm going with it, because I've seen it time and time and time again. Could I be wrong? Yes. Could he be wrong? Yes. We could all be wrong. But if it's something that I've been learning and I've seen time and time again, I am going to believe that it's true. And so belief only depends on who tells it and the way they tell it. I'm a musician. I still get stage fright. Oh, you're a musician too, B? What you play? And I think that's good. I think it shows that you're human, that you still get nervous. Absolutely. I don't get nervous on these lives. I do kind of get a little, maybe like a little jittery, like if y'all aren't talking very much. But that's only because, like, almost like an awkward silence, and I have to maybe kind of feel it a little bit. But I do like the fact that sometimes in the awkward silence, that just means people are reflecting. So sometimes when you are having conversations like this, definitely conversations in sales, you're going to say stuff and you have to give people time to reflect on what you said, especially if you're talking about stuff like this that's really powerful, that resonates with people and it sits with people in a different way. They need time to process. You ever like watch something or read something, you're like, oh, that was good. You'll see, like, I'll take snapshots of stuff so I can go back and read it because it sounded really profound, but it as profound as it sounded, like Prophet will say some stuff. And I'm like, dang, that sounds really good. But even as they said it, it still didn't register in my brain how to receive it. So I have to sit on it for a minute and think about what they said. I'm like, okay, that's good. And let me take this in this chunk and this and that chunk. And then I can process it. Because as a whole, the first time reading it, it was good, but it didn't land, right? It didn't seep in the brain. If you're not nervous for an event, you're not really alive. Exactly, Misfit. Don't meet your heroes. Yep, to be on. No, that's anxiety. Misfit, you're sounding like a hybrid between Ernest Hemingway and Charles Bukowski. Exactly. That anxiety means you're alive. Doctor, I'm depressed. You're not depressed. You're alive. Right? Like a lot of the things that we have, it's hard now that I'm getting to, and I don't want to say older because people be like, oh, you're talking about age. But it's as I'm learning more and I'm becoming more experienced, how many things stem from our mindset. When I was watching, my grandmother was having some really bad cramps, and he was like, take this, take this, take this. And I'm so much the opposite now. I'm like, what are you taking? I don't want you to take any of that stuff, right? Because all this stuff has something in it, and most of that stuff has side effects and stuff, you know. But I'm also at the fact that, hey, she's nice. She said something, and I was like, Grandma, you should. I said, when you make rice, they said put the rice in the refrigerator, let it cool down, and then you cook it. After you cooked it, instead of eating it right on the spot, putting it in the fridge because it lowers the blood sugar of it. Because sugar is a very, it's that carbohydrate and it breaks down into sugar. And so she was like, I've been doing this from night, right? And I was like, you're right. You're right. I'm not going to argue with you, right? Okay. Okay. So it's just learning to just say the okays, right? And so I can only do what's best for me. And please like and subscribe. I wish nobody put that in the chat tonight. I can only do what's best for me, but what I would like to do is to lead by example, so that way when I am gone, people will know, okay, hey, well, Asia did this and this was the meal she had. So every night we have dinner. Most of the time we have dinner, and I sit and eat with them because I haven't had a dinner like that in years where we all sat and ate at the table. I think that's so cool. So yeah, so we have dinner at night, and she's like, what do you eat? And she's like, man, you can eat. And I was like, Grandma, I don't eat no meat. So tonight I had rice, was it cream corn? Rice, cream corn, potato salad, and then I had an actual salad. And she was like, you can eat. And I was like, but I'm not eating meat, so something has to replace that. But I didn't think I ate a lot. That don't even sound like I ate a lot, right? That is not a lot of food. So, but it's good to sit with them. I think they're excited to have somebody just younger in the house. If she needs anything, hey, can you press this? Can you turn this on? I can't see this, I think they like it. Tubia, I got that from former middleweight champion GSP. Okay. Listen from a person with CTE. Oh my gosh. I'm a drummer. Rhythm. Ooh, nice, Tubia. Okay. Come on, give us a solo. Next time we're gonna do the you give us a drummer solo. Next time we go live. Possible. We'll see. Yes, we'll see. Like and subscribe if you good one. Let's see. Yummy triple starch. What is it, cornstarch too? I don't know. I love salad though. I done had salad every day, like 3 or 4 days straight, and I've been really mindful of what I'm putting on my salad. So I've had, I think today was arugula, onion, tomato, almonds. I put dried cranberries on it, which is probably too much sugar because them dried cranberries are like 23 things of sugar, which is retarded because why is there so much sugar in the cranberry? I just don't know. And then probably not anything I used to. It used to be beans. Today, I think it's just been almonds lately. It just changes. And then there's some vegan chicken in there and vegan ground beef, but I haven't opened it yet because it probably has soy in it, and I try not to do a lot of soy either. Right? I know. I thought about it, I was like, dang, because I don't usually use that word. I thought about it as soon as I said it. I was like, oh, I don't usually say that word. I don't want to offend anybody. Rice and beans together make it good. I love. So my grandmother used to make a lot of black beans and rice. I love it. And I actually she made it last week, so I ate so good last week. Ooh, so good. But there are some black beans, some canned black beans with a hard R. Hush. You won't hear it again, okay? I was like, dang it, I wasn't supposed to say that word. So I think which guy must have went. He fell asleep. He must have fell asleep. Okay. It's okay. Whew. Yep, sound like it's time to go. Tropic Thunder, yeah. Mm-hmm. So apologies if anybody was offended. I apologize. No, it's too early because you'll know exactly when I did it. And then it would be like, well, what's the R word? And I don't want to have to bring that up again. So it had to be something different. But it was a good idea. But it's too controversial of a word. Right. Exactly. That's why he thought about it. That's exactly why he thought about it. I was going to think of something else, like, but I don't, the only thing is I don't know when you all, oh, Lord Kelvin, I had to tell you in the chat. I'm not going to say it again. Let me see here. I doubt it and give it to the next person. Oh, I double and give it to them. Got it. I'm thinking I would like to know if I keep you to watch my lives. Maybe you watch it and comment something, or I don't know. Ooh, tube you. Interesting. I love it. I love that. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Oh my goodness. Okay, dang it. I don't know why it keeps doing that. Come on, stop being extra. Thank you. Alright. I need a potty break. Give me a second. I'm gonna mute it so y'all don't Wait a minute. Asia's redemption arc is wild. What does that mean? Redemption reminds me of the movie Shawshank Redemption. Solid movie, Lord Kelvin. I've seen many times. So I have not seen Shawshank Redemption in the way that. Did I put the thing on? I did, right? Let me tighten this up. It always gets so loose. Oh, okay. They need to make one of these. You know what? That would be a good idea. I'm gonna make one like this. Net all night. I don't watch a lot of TV. Let me put my stuff down. I don't watch a lot of TV, and I watch a lot of movies. And movies are so long. And Shawshank was really long, right? They were like in prison or something, right? I've heard of it many, many times. Oh, yeah. I saw The Green Mile and I cried. And I was like, nope, I'm not doing this again. I believe y'all. I'm pretty sure it's on the list. Isn't that Shawshank Redemption on the list of all the movies I'm supposed to watch? Oh, beautiful numbers, aren't they? 2 hours and 22 minutes. I think it's just the fact that, there's just so much time. Like the average person spends 8 hours of their lifetime watching TV. That's crazy to me. I feel like once I heard that, I was like, I'm not gonna wait 8 years watching TV. 8 years of your life watching TV. That's crazy to me. Like when I lived in my house, I didn't even have a TV in my bedroom. I didn't want it. That's why I don't turn this one on. I rarely turn this TV on. I did it because I would get tunnel vision. I was gonna do it tonight and then I changed my mind. You saw that? Because you could watch TV all day, all night. The purpose of TV is to entertain people. And so if you're always being entertained, then it makes you comfortable, right? You sit and you think about all the things you probably should have done that day, but I'll just do something else. Like we watch TV today. I'm not a TV person. All the judge shows, all the cooking shows, they watch the drag stuff. It's just a lot. It's just so much TV. And people get into the habit of doing the same thing over and over every day. But I know where I'm going. I know what I'm looking to do, right? So I can't get caught up in that stuff. I know I have to make the cut somewhere, right? If I'm going live with you all till 2-something, 3-something in the morning, then I'm sleeping. How long am I going to sleep before I get up? I'm still doing the walking. I'm still doing the yoga. I'm still doing the ab workout. Then I got to get dressed. Then I've got to do some kind of work in here. So in 24 hours in a day, right, where do you do the stuff that moves the needle, right? And if you're saying, okay, 2 hours, how much TV do you watch in a week, right? When you start to like backtrack in time, it's like, okay, I'm gotta find something to cut, right? Then you eat 2 or 3 times a day. That's how long? It's just interesting what people do in their time and stuff, because everybody has the same 24 hours, but it's how you use it, yeah. And I don't like to rush things, so I still love movies. Don't get me wrong, I love movies. Here's the interesting thing. The interesting thing is, when I was younger, I always wanted to be a movie director. That has not stopped. I still think I am supposed to be one. I just think it's on the later end of life. I don't think it's right now. So it could come full circle, right, where I'm back to watching, you know. But I also think the people who create the shows still don't watch the shows. I'm pretty sure. I don't think Tyler watches this stuff. I think he makes the videos, but he, watch them for context, but I don't think he's at home watching TV. Just like the people who, just like the owner of McDonald's is not eating McDonald's, right? He made the place. He's not eating that stuff. So I think the people who create these things are not the people who to consume them. So last night when I was DJing, I was looking at people and I was like, man, just getting fascinated at how they're dancing and how, like, when we play the 803 song Boots on the Ground, people go full da, 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 da. You know what I'm talking about, right? With them fans. And I was like, dang, as I'm looking at them running to the floor to do this dance song, I'm on the back end and thinking, I was like, dang, I need to make me a fan so that I can charge for the fan, because people seem to love the fans. I'm more so on the side of the why people do things and figuring out how to benefit on that side. Like I just said about the McDonald's, right? Providing a service for somebody that people are willing to purchase. And because they like the fan, random fans at Boots on the Ground song so much, that would be something that I could do, right? I can provide something that people are excited about purchasing, as opposed to me being on the dance floor, like, where the fans at? And dancing with them, right? I could supply you the fan. You pay for the fan. You have the fan. You can do all the things. And so I would rather be on that end of it. Just interesting perspectives. Oh, goodness. Okay, it's getting late. So, any last questions? Okay, let me read this first. Ooh, I wrote a lot. Oh, wait. Why this educational show that stopped watching TV 10 years ago? Exactly, Misfit, right? It's just so much television. I do a little bit here and there, but it's just a lot. Wait until you find out how long humans sleep during their lifetime. I'm cool with that. That's our body. That's understandable. That's how we work. That's how we energize. I wish I got more sleep, because here's the thing. When I came back from Kenya, I said I was going to start incorporating that. I had 3 days of 8 hours sleep. I had not had an 8 hours rest day in probably almost 10 years, because I couldn't think of when I had done it. And the thing that I'm noticing, that people who are very wealthy, they make sure they get those 8 hours. Because think about all the things that your body does. Your body does a certain way, certain things every day within your body that you don't know, right? It makes your heart pump. It pumps the blood through all your veins, right? Your lungs work, your eyes work. All these things are working, quote unquote, behind the scenes. You don't know how none of this is doing inside your body. You just know it works, right? So imagine if you got the full 8 hours of sleep to do all the things that your body was trying to do. Imagine what you would wake up with if you actually did all full 8 hours, right? Would your health be better? Would your eyesight be better? Would you stop overthinking? Because maybe my overthinking is because if I were to sleep from hour 7 to hour 8, it may provide some clarity in that stage. But because I'm not sleeping that 7 to 8 hours, I'm missing that particular spot, right? So I'm thinking about different analogies and different stories in my head. But if I had fully got that 8 hours of sleep, that might even not be an issue, right? So I just don't know. It's just interesting. How much? Use the bathroom, right? Misfit. Are the amount of hours humans spend standing in line. Right. But that's why we like instant gratification. But there are, you know, there's pros and cons to everything, right? I do think, like we didn't talk about this, but you know, the tariffs and all that stuff. It's like, why is everything so high? And then how come we get all our stuff from somewhere else? And I was like, right, because we like the instant gratification. So it's easier for us to get a different country to get it and ship it to us. This is like our Amazon, right? It's like the US is like an actual like Amazon, right? We just get someone else to get it to us and ship it to us than for us to actually build the plant, make the plant, pay the employees, and get all the things ourselves. And then this is what y'all do for a living, right? Because every country has something, right? Everybody's powerful in their own right. Whether you provide, you know, chilies, maybe like Mexico provides, you know, certain chilies and spices. Indians have whatever spices and stuff they have over there that they're known for. You know, we get stuff from everybody all over the world. So everybody's valuable. And so sometimes it's just easier just to get it from somewhere else. What no, my it's so much come right there. I need like I think it's when I do my my ab workout, because I have to be on my call it program for a reason. There you go, Misfit. You got it. Right. Everything is you got it, Misfit. I'm not a big TV person as well. I'm glad this streaming came out, because now I can pick and choose what I want. Absolutely. Remember, you had to wait till so-and-so went off till your show came on. Then if you missed it, you like, oh, I was trying to go to the bathroom real quick during the commercial break. And so-and-so kept me out, right? But, oh, man, I missed it. Ooh, I used to hate that. I used to be the worst. Carline opened. Yep, Misfit, you're right. Defiantly a funny dude. Right? You learn just so much. So I do think, yes, there are some educational television programs out there. Absolutely. You still gotta be mindful of your intake. Myron Golden likes to say, he said, I'm not watching this stuff. I'm watching somebody else live their dreams while I'm living a nightmare. Is what Myron Golden likes to say. He's like, I am not watching somebody else live their dreams while I'm living a nightmare. And he talks about that a lot with sports. He was like, people just all around team, like, that's my team, that's my team. He was like, you don't know these people. They don't know you neither. You always like, that's my team, that's my team. He's like, you don't know them. He's like, you better make some money. Oh, goodness. So at the end of the day, whatever I say, take what you will, leave what you don't. And do your own digging, do your own research. Everybody has a different path, a different perspective. I enjoy the back and forth. I enjoy the just the communication. I know I feel like I'd be giving Q a hard way to go sometimes. It's all in good. I won't say it's in good fun. I do think sometimes we just have to like see ourselves from a different perspective, right? So when you see yourself from a different perspective, you're like, oh, is that, you know how you'll see somebody else and they'll say something, and then maybe a week or two will go by, and then you'll do something, you'll be like, oh my God, this is exactly, it just came right back to me. You're like, oh. So you have to like think about the things that you said and think about the things that you've done, and you have to go back and retrace your steps. And so that's where I'm at now. I'm saying all the things that I used to hide and seeing what happens. I was like, because, you know, history either repeats itself and it also corrects itself. So Don't be afraid to try new things. Don't be afraid to say things that normally aren't something that you would normally say because it's out of character. Yeah. I think before I speak now. I don't just rat and rave and ramble, but I do make sure that I'm speaking what I feel like is truth. And I encourage that to you all as well. I encourage you to speak your truth. Even if we do disagree, that's fine. That's fine. I appreciate it. I'm just living the fever dream. I don't know what that is. Living the fever dream. Welcome to the world globalization. All right. Any last words before we go? We're at 199 minutes, so we will wrap this up. Oh, I just missed it. 222. Totally just missed it. 222, actually, I don't think we talked about this before, but you see, angel numbers are not necessarily angel numbers in the way that you're thinking. I heard it this way, that the angel numbers is actually a reflection of you reflecting that back out. Like, these are things you need to look for. So 222 actually is it's almost like, I don't know if she said it was like your younger self talking back to you, but it's not necessarily angel numbers, but it's like yourself, your subconscious speaking to you through numbers, letting you know, hey, this is where you are vibrating at, or maybe something you need to work on. So 111 is beginnings. 222 is companionship, either with yourself or with others. 333 is creativity and flow. 444 is for stability. 555 is change and flow. 3s and 5s are also, they're both in flow. 666 is actually giving, which is very interesting, right? Because the Bible would tell you that it's a negative thing, but according to, even on the tarot, 6 is the lever, is the giving. So giving of yourself, right? Because we don't give enough to ourselves. This is why I think a lot of us are empty. So 666 is actually giving. 777 is spirituality. 888 is abundance. And 999 is completion, which is the number that we are in this year. So 2025, if you add the numbers together, it is completion. And with that, we are completing for this evening. But this is definitely the year. It's like a go big or go home type of year. So if you are sitting on the sidelines, if you are contemplating what you want to do, where you want to go, this is the year to do it, to jump out there and figure it out and see what happens. If you fall, it's okay. You've never done this before. It's supposed to happen. How are you going to be perfect when you've never done it, right? Like, if I never got on YouTube and I never did anything, when I went viral, I wouldn't even know that going viral with certain content would be a good or bad thing, because I never did it. It was only until I did it and I was like, oh, okay, this is great, but they're still not going to really engage with my content. What should I do in the meantime? Well, you've always been thinking about doing this other communication and you've always been nervous about it, so just do it. What's the worst that can happen, right? What's the best that can happen? Don't even think worst case scenario, think best case scenario. So that way you're always vibrating at a higher level, and things will come more naturally to you. Things will come easier to you, and you will enjoy life a little more when you're in a state of gratitude and happiness and positivity. So I will leave you all there. I'm gonna take this lip gloss off. Good night, all. Thanks for being a light, peace, and love. Thank you, two of you. Good night, Misfit. Good night, everybody. As always, my name is Aysia Smiles. I pray and hope that you keep smiling, keep shining. You got this. Keep going. I want to see you do great, great things. We go live every evening around 10:30 Eastern time. Sometimes it's a little after that, but we stay on for quite a while. So you are more than welcome to come back and join us tomorrow. I love you.